KIKKERIKI! It's Hololive time. Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Figma number 627. It's Takanashi Kiara from Hololive Productions. What can I say about our most energetic phoenix? Boss of KFP, amazing singer and dancer, and a fashion icon in the VTuber world. She even got an award for that. And also, she's my favorite yellow ostrich streamer, Takanashi Kiara. Let's have a look at the figure. And don't forget to support me by liking this video, commenting, and subscribing. What is your favorite memory of this crazy orange phoenix?
She won't know this one.
Size of the chicken, I mean phoenix, sorry about that. She stands at about, that's 14, almost 15 to the top of the head in your centimeters. And for your inches, we are going up to 5.7 inches. Size comparisons.
Here's Jolter, the SH Figure Arts Son Goku, Figma Pekora, Figma Mori Calliope and Gargura, the Pop-Up Parade Kiara, and Darkseid.
Overall look and detail. This figure looks freaking good. First and foremost, I love the face sculpt. Really captured the eyes, and I mean Figma, they really do that very well. And that's something that also Hololive excels at. But we're also looking at the hair sculpt. You got the tips, which go into the light blue, the little chef's hat, and the other, I guess, the manager hat, because, you know, she owns the place. Also, the stars in there are very nicely done, very cleanly painted, and I love the bright orange on there. But back to the detail at hand, look at these beautiful, shiny phoenix feathers that she has in the earrings. This is soft plastic, and it's coated in like a really glossy metallic. It looks fantastic. It really stands out, and it really, you know, really pops. Then in the back, hair sculpt is nicely done. It's cut up into two pieces, and also cleanly, because they hit the hinge under there. So very well designed, good job, Figma. We have to also have the wings, the phoenix wings on the back, which are molded on there, not just painted on there. There's a little bit of height to it. Have the big, long, puffy armbands. Also fairly nicely covered up. You know, we just have a ball hinge. We just do the classic stuff. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's better than an ugly looking hinge. Speaking of which, there's no ab crunch. Nice. The mold, the body mold, like look at this hourglass shape. Body of a goddess. Got the buttons and a couple of wrinkles. The tummy is nicely molded. But, yes, the ass has not been updated. Remember how Kiwawa got a butt update? Yeah, they did not respect that. She's still flat as a plank in the back. That's an absolute freaking shame. We have a nice ribbon though. Soft plastic. And the skirt is like, yeah, the skirt. The whatever it is there, like the big belt. But anyway, I mean, you have some detail in it, which is like supposed to be the weaponry. But you cannot take this off, if you were wondering. This is like fully molded into the skirt. Can't take it off without breaking it. But, you know, I've been rotating around this skirt for far too long, because it's pantsuit time. We have a beautiful butt mold, but the pantsuit just kind of gets stuck in there. Because the skirt is so incredibly tight and small, it really just prohibits everything else around it to move that well. And we can't even have a good look at the pantsuit. But it is just a black pantsuit, and it is actually kind of also fairly small, I feel like. But anyway, we have the thighs, and the thigh squish is in full effect. Yum! That's some beautiful chicken thighs. I would take a bite right out of that. Then we have also some more of her beautiful legs, chicken legs. And I'm gonna stop saying that now. And then down to the shoes. Looks, that's the only part where we have a little bit of issue with paint bleeding, but that's really the only one, so I can forgive that. Nice and blue under there, and a little bit more orange. Even some detail under the shoes. That's always nice to look at. But yeah, I mean, overall, mold, paint, everything looks freaking fantastic.
What's she gonna do? Oh wait, not from behind, I guess. Oh my god, though! Eh? Oh! make sure you still remember. It's Eve, not to be. Ah! Sorry!
Articulation-wise, this figure also works. First and foremost, we do have the head sculpt, goes back and forth, does tilt side to side. Be careful not to scratch the hair around too much. And then for the hair sculpt, we do have a hinge over there, so that helps to look up quite nicely. Obviously, it does still block it, but hell, what are you gonna do about it? Also rotates all the way around. Then we have classic Figma ball joint connection. You have a ball hinge and a ball joint in the chest area, so you can rotate that around. Shift it a little bit up and down if you just kind of, you know, you want to close the gap on the shoulders. And you also have a swivel connected to the ball, which is quite tight. Kind of problematic to move this around. You can't move this up and down, you can't swivel it around. Also, the elbow joint is a little bit more elaborate because you have a ball joint on the bicep and then you have the regular hinge on the ball itself, and you can also rotate it on the top parts freely around, and that actually opens up some cool poses. And then also we have a ball hinge in the hands, bring that back and forth and can swivel it around. For the chest area, quite nimble I might say, considering she has big boba. Also side to side. This part is a little bit more loose than I like it, but it's still fine, you know, it still keeps the pose. It's not as floppy as, for example, these, the 1000 Toys Halo figures. Wow, my hate for those even swaps over to this review. But you can also swivel this all the way around. Well, it's kind of blocking over there, but depending on the angle. As for the entire hip part, it is kind of weird because you do have the Y joints, which you can pull out, but it's still just kind of blocked because the skirt is so incredibly small as such. Even with their attempt, and I appreciate the attempt, there's not really much back and forth you're getting out of it. There's barely any swiveling, and I guess side to side somewhat works. Down to the legs, yeah, those also suffer from that. Let's see if I can push up the skirt a little bit more. I think that works. No, it doesn't. That's just limited because we can't kick. What the hell? Disappointing. Goes to the back fair enough, and then we also have a 5 swivel. No, it's just in an angle, but it's still on the ball. Okay, that's what it is. It's pegged in an angle. What the hell? Then we have a hinge in the knee and another hinge for your foot. Move that up and down. This hinge is just completely free, so you have beautiful rotation in there. Yeah, you can probably also, can you swivel the ball on the top? Probably not without breaking it off, so be careful with that.
And remember the big cat means
Big titties.
yes, bye-bye.
For the accessories, getting the boring stuff out of the way, you have a base, which you have with every Figma ever. Has the Figma logo, has like 3 hinges on there, so you can move that around and also spin it on the lower half. And you also have this piece, which you don't have to put on there, but you can. And that's regular stuff. Then we have a Figma bag to put in all your accessories. You have a snack bag, put in your chicken. Then we have the hands, pointy fingers, holding hands, which have like a bigger angle, and then like ones with like a little bit of a smaller angle. They almost look identical, I don't know, but it's to hold the chicken. And then also we have fist hands. Now, here is the chicken. Beautiful, delicious pieces of chicken. This was actually an accessory, I think, at some point. Don't remember when she last used this, but it's a little bit glossy on the end over here. Actually, I would have liked if they would have just put it, you know, some gloss on the entire thing, so it would have looked nice and greasy. Ah, yum. I keep saying this review. So then we have the shield and the sword, which you can actually also hold in there. It holds on to it. That's very nice. So here we have the contraption where you just wrap it around the arm as she holds on to it. And here we have all the detail in it. It looks beautiful. The ornaments in the front, the paintings on the front look really, really nice. And once again, it's not just painted on. There is a little bit of depth to it. And then we have some more bright orange in the middle. And then we have the sword or the dagger, whatever you want to call it. It looks more like a dagger because it's relatively short. Really matches her hair, because like the orange and the light blue, very cool. And also has it seems like a little bit more glossy on the front part than the orange, so that's nice. And finally, we got the faces. I keep those for last this time around because I love the crazy excited face. That's so Kiwawa. And then the one kind of just like disgusted, closed eyes, looking away like, do not want, do not want. Final thoughts! I love this figure. One of the stronger releases and barely anything for me to complain about. I mean, everything from the look, the mold, the paint job. I love how the earrings are sticking out, you know, the feathers. It's a small detail, but beautifully done. The rest of it has a nice, vibrant orange. The cap also have like a little bit of a different tone of orange, which is accurate. And then you have like all the cool accessories. The articulation is standard for the most part, but then you have like a little bit of extra in the elbow joints, which isn't even too bad. You know, I can't complain about that. And only two things I can think of the top of my head is like the chest area. The chest joint is a little bit floppy. Again, does hold the pose. And then finally also, it's a little bit busy around her mini skirt because that just doesn't really allow it to move around much. And I don't know, would you cut it up? Would you cut up a skirt? I'm not sure about it, but anyway. Also does hold on decently to the shield because often these connections are really floppy, and I really already hated connecting the shield because I don't know, I always have trouble with those kind of things. Other than that, Wawa looks great. And if you're wondering why does she have the shield and she still has her, you know, the weapon equipped to it, that's how it is. That's how it even is in some of the artwork, some of the official cover artwork. And I don't know if I mentioned that already, but if I did, now I mention it twice. So that's gonna do it, guys. Obviously, this one is recommended. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Takanashi Kiara wants.
3, 2, 1.